Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the 21st day of the 10th month. That is October of the 2025th year of our shared common era. And I'm a little shaky at the moment because just before trying to go online, my computer crashed. And I think things are back to normal now. But here, let me put this out so that I can see what people are saying, if in fact they are. Let's see, let's change that to there, and let's change this to that, so I can see what people are saying, if in fact they are saying anything. Hi, Margot, happy October to you as well. Thank you for joining us. Looks like there are a couple people who are online with us, which is wonderful. Yes, so, right, where was I? Computer crashed, but things seem to be functioning now. Looks like the video and audio are indeed doing what they are supposed to do, so we're going to find out. This month of Looptober continues with the songs that I've been working on off and on for quite a while. We're going to see how that turns out. I'm also dealing with a bit of a cold, so you know, manage the expectations is what I'm saying. But we are also nonetheless going to play around with the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, wherein people will give me a song request, a song suggestion, and I'll have to play it regardless of whether I know it. So people might request a song that I do happen to know, in which case I will do my best to remember how to play it. People might request a song that I am familiar with but don't actually know how to play, in which case I have to figure out how to play some version of it here in front of everyone. People might request a song that I don't recognize at all, in which case I'll have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. So now is a great time to get in your requests, for those of you who might be watching. Okay. Good. All auspicious signs as we're going into today's Coltrane Tuesdays program. All right, so we're gonna see how this goes. The song that I've been working on is "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon from the Graceland album. We are this is one that I began doing with the looper. It's one that I'll tell you some fun things about the bass player on the Graceland record, Bagiti Kumalo. I've happened to be friendly with him and had a chance to work with him and do some cool musical things with him. So this is a bit of a tribute to him as well as Paul Simon, of course, and as I mentioned in the description, one of the most iconic bass breaks in all of music. I'm not going to play it correctly, but I have an approximation that gives us a little bit of a flavor of what Bagiti is doing, and we will see how this goes. So yes, the song is "You Can Call Me Al," and yeah, I guess we're just gonna get into it. Here we go. Down the street says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle when the rest of my life is so hard? I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, dogs in the moonlight, far away from my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, the music anymore. And if you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Al. Man walks down street, says, why am I short of attention? Got this short little span of attention. Oh, my nights are so cold. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now that my role model is gone, duck back down the alley with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. All along, there were incidents and accidents, there were hits and allegations. And if you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Al. Call me Al. Walks down street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world. Maybe it's his first time around. He doesn't speak language, holds no currency. He is a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace, scatterlings in orphanages. He looks around, these angels in the architecture, they're spinning in infinity. He says, amen, hallelujah. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Al. Call me Al. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na. There you go. Something approximating You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon with Bagiti Kumalo. The bass break didn't turn out quite as nicely as you might have hoped, but hey, that's not terrible is the standard to which we aspire here on the Coltrane Tuesdays program. Thank you, Margot, for the kind comments coming in. Love the interpretation. Daring choice. Woohoo. Nice rawness. Well, that's the post-nasal drip. So there you go. Thanks very much for all of that. For anyone who's watching or anyone who's watching the replay, anything you'd like to remark about that. Oh, Mark is with us. Marty McFly visited October 21st, 2015 for a hot minute or so. So let's celebrate this auspicious anniversary with Back in Time from Huey Lewis and the News. Hello, Al. You guess. I'm so glad that Mark is able to join us. We're going to see, so now we have a request in for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. We're going to get to that in just a moment. With a Back to the Future inspired tribute. So what can I say first? So You Can Call Me Al, of course, from the Graceland album. Paul Simon famously worked with a bunch of South African musicians to put that album together, including at the time a very young Bagiti Kumalo. Brought out the fretless bass and really just turned everything around and made it very, very, very just a really impressive showing from him. So my favorite story with that song, I had done a show where we were raising money for No Place for Hate, and I'd gotten Bagiti to be involved in the show. And at the very end of the show, I said, let's do that song. So Bagiti knew that I had done the song before, but then 9 months later, something like that, Bagiti was doing a show at Godfrey Daniels, and they had done a wonderful show with his South African All-Stars. And including Morris Goldberg, another South African player from the Graceland sessions, and so great show. They do everything together. They actually play an encore, but then there's still one guy who would add a few, who says one more song at the end of the show after the encore, and Morris Goldberg starts playing the interpretive rawness, not just throat. Okay, starts playing the main riff from You Can Call Me Al. So everybody in the band jumps into it, but they don't have a vocalist. And there had been an opening act who was a vocalist, but she had already left the building. She had to get back to Brooklyn or something. And I'm sitting there in the back of the room, and I'm like, this is it. This is my moment. I've been training for just such an occasion. And I run up through the sound booth, and I pop up next to Bagiti on the stage and say, "Hey, you want me to sing?" He's like, "Yes, go for it." And it was it was a wonderful, spontaneous moment where and we did a nice job with it. I'll say, not too modestly. And so since then, I've had a chance to sing the song more than a few times with Bagiti, and I'm very, very grateful for it. So definitely check out, of course, love Bagiti Ghoul, love Bagiti too, of course, love Morris Goldberg, love all of the things, Raw Throat, Raw Guts, all of the things. So very cool. Check all of those out. And you know what? I had meant to look up online to see what Bagiti is doing, what he has coming up in the next couple of weeks and months. Let's see if I can find anything on Bagiti's notes here. Bagiti mentions that, let's see, so that is, let's see, I don't have anything here about what he has coming up, but if you look for Bagiti Kumalo online, it's Bakiti. Bagiti, it's pronounced Bagiti, but looks like Bakithi. See if he has anything on his website. Let's see. Schedule. Charity store booking packages. Contact. Graceland experience. I don't see anything here about what he has coming up. So definitely check out Bagiti Kumalo. I'll put a link to his website in the description so you can check that out. He often there usually is one show per year that he will do with the South African All Stars at Godfrey Daniels if the schedule allows. He also it's not uncommon to find him at the Hotel Bethlehem for their jazz Thursday, I think it is. He'll sometimes show up for that. But also, since Paul Simon came out of retirement, he may be busy with Paul Simon right now. I'm not sure. So check out Bagiti because he's cool and does wonderful bass things. All right. One other thing that I will mention, schedule-wise, I was talking last week about Rooted. Rooted being a documentary about the arts community here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and the work that that a number of individuals, in particular Dave Fry, Bill George, Bridget George, and Mock Turtle Marionette Theater was Doug Royston, that they had been doing starting in the mid to late 70s, to create an arts community here in Bethlehem and to do a lot of homegrown artistic work, to really embrace the sense of place of here in Bethlehem, and to create these wonderful institutions, including Godfrey Daniels and Touchstone Theater and Mock Turtle Marionette, and to keep other institutions going, including the Bach Choir. So the documentary talks about the things that they did and how it has grown and evolved and where we are today. And the next question, whither goes our arts ecosystem? And so that is a panel discussion that is being held in conjunction with the film. There's a showing of the film as well as this panel discussion coming up on October 30th. So the showing of the film is in the Linderman Library at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe, followed by the panel discussion at 6:30 in the Lehigh University's Linderman Library, room 200, for, quote, an important conversation with a distinguished panel of community and academic leaders about where our local arts culture is headed. The speakers include Jan Cohen Cruz. She is a nationally recognized leader in the field of arts and community. Let's see, and splits her time between Emmaus and New York City. The Reverend Dr. Greg Edwards of Resurrected Life Community Church in Allentown, formerly Zion Church, also known as the Liberty Bell Church. Kevin Lahota, Assistant Professor of Design in the Department of Art, Architecture, and Design at Lehigh University. Bridget George, I just mentioned, past Executive Director of the Bach Choir of Bethlehem and past Producing Artistic Director of Touchstone Theater. David Mickenberg, past Director of the Allentown Art Museum and President of the Lehigh Valley Cultural Alliance. And also Boaz Nadav Maines, the University Librarian at Lehigh, a treasured creative force in the community. So promises to be a fascinating discussion with those individuals. Topics on the agenda include the balance of local versus outside artists, the importance of collaboration, the vital need for education, the legacy of local history, value and significance of place, and why the arts are underfunded. The big elephant in the room. So check all of these things out. Definitely look for more information coming up soon. I'll post some links if I can find anything. Rooted, the showing on October 30th in the afternoon, followed by the panel discussion in the evening over at Linderman Library in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, at the Lehigh University campus. So there you go. All right, and now it is time. It is time for me to try to figure out how to play Huey Lewis and the News, as per Mark's request. Thanks. I'm very grateful that Mark is able to join us. Mark has had some other things going on the past couple weeks, but I'm grateful that you're able to be here today. So the way we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, people give me song requests, much like Mark just did, and then I've got to play something in response to those requests. So perhaps people might request a song that I do happen to know, in which case I'll just have to try to remember how to play it. People might request a song that I'm sort of know, that I'm familiar with, but don't actually know how to play, in which case I will have to try to figure out how to play it. Or perhaps people might request a song that I don't recognize at all, in which case I would have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Today, however, Marty McFly visited October 21st, 2025 for a hot minute or so, so let's celebrate this auspicious anniversary with Back in Time from Huey Lewis and the News. Let's see, let's film this. The Lehigh website lists the film as being shown at 5, and let's see, Bill George says the film is at 2. So I can't tell you what specifically when in fact that's going to be happening. But I can say that, what did I say, 2015? So I probably said 2025, and in fact it's 2015. So, all right. So check out all of the things. I've got to try to figure out a way to play Back in Time by Huey Lewis and the News. Let's see. Bum, 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 ba-da, da, 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 da. Of our shared common era. Yes, that's right. Huh. I would have thought it would be, if it started on G, I would have thought it would be in the key of G, but not. Maybe this will help me figure out the key. There's a pre-chorusy bit, or the chorus. All I wanted to do was to play my guitar and sing. Take me away, take me away, take me away. doctor, when are we going this time? Is this the 50s or 1999? All I wanted to do was to play my guitar and sing. I don't mind as long as you get me back in time. Tell me, doctor, where are we going this way? I don't know now where we will end up today. All I wanted to do was to play my guitar and sing. Take me away, I don't mind, as long as you get me back in time. Sing the guitar and play? Sure. Anyway, I don't mind, as long as you get me back in time. Get me back in time. Back in time. Get me back in time. Not terrible. Not terrible. I was helped significantly by the fact that back in quite a few years ago, there used to be a Back to the Future Saturday morning cartoon, which I believe used that song as the theme song. So I had the benefit of having heard it multiple times and getting it relatively deep into the psyche. So it was a matter of extracting that memory and seeing what I could do with that. So I'm curious. I'm curious as to how accurate that was to the original, but yeah, I feel reasonably okay about that. Thanks very much to Mark for that request. Sing the guitar and play. Yeah, I tried to work that in, and yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit, but that is okay. Thanks again to Mark for the request. Mark mentions also, I'm still on furlough courtesy of the U.S. government. I may as well drop by while I can. I can't really run the smartphone while I'm at my place of employment since June 2025 of CE. So, well, as long as you're here, I'm obviously, we're sorry for the circumstances, but as if making the best of a crummy situation means that you're able to be here, we're grateful for that. So thanks to Margot for tuning in. Thanks to Mark. For anyone else who is watching online, anyone else who watches the replay, coming up next week, Next week is the big one-person In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida for 2025. We're going to see how this goes. I need to get rehearsing for that. So until then, my name's Mike. I'm Not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you then.